Trans.
I'd never watched it, to be honest.
I don't think I did either. I wasn't into
Whoa.
cars.
Oh, I'm
I
still
did
not
have
into
I
cars.
did have a lot of Hot Wheels. A lot of Hot Wheels, and I love crashing them.
I did not have a lot of Hot Wheels.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I got the whole track.
Wow.
Christmas presents, you know.
Oh, the pricey shit.
No, the plastic bendy ones that were like no-name brand that you could just clip together with like little thin plastic white strips that you
I'm
just
pretty
connect.
sure that was Hot Wheels. I remember people that had them.
But they had the fucking put the thing at the top and release the cars at the same time.
Release the Kraken.
Right, release the... That was a toy. Do you remember
Was
that
it?
toy?
No.
It was like a pirate one. And then they're like, then you could release the Kraken. And you hit a lever and a Kraken comes or something.
I remember Mousetrap.
Zany extraction, more attention in Mousetrap.
Okay, I don't remember the commercial. Which is weird, because I remember most commercials. Commercials raised me.
What?
I was raised by commercials.
Start saying one. Let's see if I know it.
Well, I always bring up the Drink Milk, Love Life
Drink
ones.
milk, love life, fresh as water.
You don't remember the, I think it was Pop-Tarts. Good to Go. No? Yeah, you know, by the look on your face, you don't
They were
remember.
like, and it's good to go. Or am I thinking of Jim Carrey? Because I feel like he did the same thing.
I don't think he
where
did.
someone's like, and it's good to go. I don't know. I remember that performance on television.
Oh, well, you learn something new every day. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but...
No, it didn't make sense.
No. Sometimes I don't like to make sense. I like to make hard, dull hairs.
Now, I said this earlier today, and now you're just repurposing.
You didn't say dull hairs.
You're right.
I am right. All right. Are you all right? You good? Great? Grand? Wonderful? No yelling on the bus?
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, you were close. Hello, weirdos.
Hi.
They took me by surprise. I couldn't
Hello, weirdos.
contain my air. Hello, weirdos, and welcome to yet another episode of Tangents of Horror. The spooky, scary horror review podcast.
We review horror movies.
We do, and I'm Brandon.
And I'm Steven.
And that is the we. We
are
the we.
now.
We are the we.
We are the we. We would like to play.
And
remember that commercial?
We're doing a long one today.
You remember that commercial?
No.
It was the Wii commercial, and two Japanese men would show up at your door and bow and said, "We would like to play."
Oh,
it.
I remember.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
remember that
See?
one.
And they did.
Candy had a lot of good commercials. Just candies in
Just
general,
candy?
like Gushers, and they always had weird commercials.
I don't recall candy commercials.
No?
Only more recent ones, because the Trolleys ad campaign was very effective, I think. I think it brought us back to sort of...
What are trolleys?
They're only very recent. I want to say past 4 years. Welcome to our land. Sorry about your hand.
Is this a horror thing?
Yes, actually. It was
Oh,
very
okay.
disturbing to watch because
it sounds
the little,
like it.
like a kid is hiding in a closet from a monster and he has a bag of Trolleys. They're little gummy worms. And then they come out of the package and start making noise, and he's trying to bite them all off so they stop making noise. And then the monster ends up finding and they all scream. And,
That's a horrible candy.
And he opens his mouth, and then there's worms screaming in his mouth, too.
That sounds like a great commercial, but it sounds like you're saying, get this candy if you want to be eaten by a monster?
Well, I think it was appealing to the mid-2000s kids that grew up with these commercials and was making candy for them.
Oh.
I think it was very effective on that age bracket.
Speaking of candy...
We're reviewing Candyman.
No, that's already been done.
We did that?
Yeah, we did.
Guys, check out Candyman.
It was a good episode.
Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2.
The sequel.
The Return of Art the Clown.
The Clown. The Art Cool.
The Art Core? Cool?
Art Core. This is Art Core.
Oh.
Hardcore.
Like hardcore.
Art.
Hardcore Art Core. Also written, directed.
Damien.
Leone.
Back again.
Back at it again.
Trying for the
son
sequel.
Of a bitch. Yeah.
Swinging for the fences.
Swinging. Released on October 6th, 2022. That's not that long ago.
Spooky season.
It's not that long ago.
A year.
It's pretty crazy. Budget $250,000 this time.
Okay, so he
got a little bit of
3,
support.
6, 9, 12.
Guess what the box office was?
Is it above or below budget?
Oh, above budget.
What was the budget?
250,000.
18 mil.
Close. 15.7.
Ooh, Price is Right rules. I'm out.
That's a pretty good
Return?
return.
Yeah. Made up
goddamn.
for the first flick.
Whew. Cinematography by George Stuber once again.
Same guy? Okay.
Music by Paul Wiley.
Same guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he did the original music. There was quite a bit of music by the Midnight.
Right.
I like that band.
Yeah.
I like them. You should check them out if you haven't listened to them already.
I was more of a fan of the middays.
The middays? I don't
Yeah.
like. That's a good napping time.
For weirdos like you and them,
Yeah.
they're weirdos.
Naps are awesome.
All right.
They're great. They're
Don't
good
you
for
feel a
the soul.
crushing depression when you waste hours out of your day?
No.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
In this movie, we have starring Lauren Oliveira as Sienna Shaw,
I
the
saw
new
her.
final girl.
Yeah.
Bit of a badass.
Bit
if
of
you
a
ask
scream
me.
queen, if
Yeah.
you ask me.
David Howard Thornton returning as Art the Clown.
Right.
All that clowning around. He says way too much in this movie. I'm just saying.
Art?
Yeah.
He speaks?
No.
Don't trick me.
You did watch the movie, right? Elliot Fulham as Jonathan Shaw,
Mm.
who's actually a YouTube personality.
What's he make?
He
ASMR?
he interviews like rock stars and shit.
Nardwar.
Basically.
Nardwar for rock stars.
I remember seeing one like even before Terrifier 2. He's like 10 years old or
Holy
something,
shit.
and
Wow.
he's interviewing James from Metallica.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, God damn, that'd be crazy. Like how you go to school the next day.
Maybe rich kids. Maybe that's just what they do. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't see. Well, maybe, or a go-getter.
I could go get her. Just sneak in backstage
I heard
like a
know her.
ninja,
Yeah.
like a sneaky ninja.
Yeah.
Sarah Voigt as Barbara.
Barba.
They're gonna get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you.
Emily McLean as Little Pale Girl. You
Little-
can't not remember this person.
Little pale girl. Oh, little. I thought Pail, and I was trying to think
Like
of
a
a girl
like a
that had a little
bucket?
pail. Yeah,
No,
on the beach.
No.
Okay.
little creepy ass.
I know the
clown
pale
girl.
It should be pale little girl, not the little pale girl. In my opinion.
I may have just written it like that. I don't know
Okay.
what it is in the movie
All right,
for
fair
sure.
enough.
Basically, the mini art, the little mini
Yes.
art, the clown that like shits. I think she shits when we first meet her.
Shit's blood.
Is that what it is?
I thought
It's
it was like a
something.
coming of age sort of story with her. Like
All right.
she's reaching the point in her life where a lot of changes will happen.
I'm looking for changes.
And that
Something
is
like that.
that was art.
Aussie, I think.
That was Aussie art form.
Aussie art form. Is that what that was? That's what we're gonna call it.
That's a nice character name.
It is a nice character. Actually,
Aussie
it kind of
art
is.
form.
Aussie art form. I like it.
Yeah,
It rolls off the tongue.
it really does.
like a jujube.
I'm going to name my son that.
Uh-oh. Opening of the movie. Did it grab you? Did it hold you in tight?
Let me see if I wrote anything in my notes. Tell me-
Opens with the cops
remind me
driving
what
by a
happened.
dingy alleyway. Art steps out of the shadows, and then we get a little like flash backwards, sort of, and he's back in the morgue from the first film.
Yeah.
He examines his eye and his eye wound in his head, and he's kind of like, "How do I fix this? How am I still alive? This is crazy. Here, I'll just write my name on the mirror." Then he goes over to the doctor and he kills him with a little tiny hammer and takes his eyeball and he puts it in his head. Puts it in his own head. He's like, "I will take that and I will use it."
And thus introducing the regenerative powers of Art the Clown that we didn't get in the first Terrifier.
Yes, I think he's even surprised by this.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it just works.
Well, when he's looking in the mirror, he's like, "Whoa, holy
Yeah,
shit!
I'm cute.
That's my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my eye. All right. Well, if I'm here, let's see if I can replace this
So
shit."
you're saying this was the first time Art the Clown has been mortally wounded to this point?
Yes,
in
probably
his
his
lifetime?
first time in a
Yeah.
morgue. Lots of funny expressions here, and then he rips open the dude's head.
Yeah.
Just like rips it open like a cantaloupe.
Yeah. It's time for eating.
Maybe a watermelon, depending on what kind of melons you're into.
I'm
Just
a
saying.
honeydew kind of guy.
Honeydews are good.
Yeah.
I'm more of a the one I said.
Cantaloupe?
Cantaloupes are
They're
good.
fun. I love
Good
the
shit.
colors of them.
They're fun
Of
colors.
honeydew fruit and cantaloupes. They're not offensive. They're not startling. I feel comfortable around these colors.
I would hate some offensive melons.
Oh.
That would just ruin my day.
Oh.
Yeah, he eats this dude's brain too.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's for his brain injury.
Right, to heal it, to
Right.
send it back up into the brain.
And it's a new movie. So Art needs to be clean.
Right.
So he takes a little trips to the laundromat.
Already I loved this so much.
Did you like the morgue continuing right from the morgue?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah?
Yeah. But specifically, us now about to see Art the Clown go about his just human sort of duties of let me clean
duties.
up.
Because he did duties in the first
He
film.
did duties in the first film.
So many duties. Yeah, he goes into the laundromat. Some dude's just sleeping there, and he starts wringing out the blood from his clothes and putting them in the wash, and then he's just sitting there naked, reading the paper.
And that's when we're introduced to Pale Little Girl.
Little crazy mini Art. Yeah, he's
Well,
reading
you say mini Art.
because she's like a mini Art the Clown.
Is this? No, I guess this is the most recent movie we have.
Of Terrifier?
What What are people suspecting is their relationship?
I don't really know yet.
What is your?
I don't know either. Because at first, when I first saw the movie, I thought maybe it was his daughter.
Yeah.
But then later on, we see a newspaper clipping of her death, which I can't remember what the details are. I have them written on another page, so we'll get there. But maybe he's the one that killed her. Oh yeah, she was kidnapped, she was found mangled at a carnival.
Okay. I wonder if she was a clown before.
Yeah,
she
I
died.
wonder if she was either part of the carnival or. Yeah, a lot of things in this movie, a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like it opens a lot of doors that it's just like, what? Huh?
It gets me more interested in the actual lore
Right?
of Art specifically.
And that's what I meant when I said the first movie is more like a profile on
Yeah.
him as a character, and then
Yeah.
this one was like, all right, we need to kind of
Yeah.
write a story around him and introduce someone who's probably going to go into the next
Right.
film, not
Sort of the hit girl of
Mutilated.
the franchise.
the hip girl.
Hit girl.
Hit girl.
Yeah.
The final girl, if you will. The Scream
No.
Queen.
Is
Yeah.
that what they call final girls? Scream queens?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that?
Because I was looking at, that's why I mentioned it before. I was just looking around at posters and Scream is always in front of me. And I go, oh, the final girls in Scream queens.
Of course I have a Scream poster.
You have like multiple, don't you?
Yeah, he sees the little girl. She's laughing. She's sitting there, and all of a sudden, yeah, she shits or pisses or just
I thought it was a
she
natural.
leaks
Yeah, she yeah.
with pressure.
Yeah.
We'll say that
There's
she
force.
leaks with pressure.
Yeah. She was definitely pushing it out.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight, but it doesn't seem to hurt because
Yeah.
she's laughing and
Yeah,
giggling.
they're both giggly.
So it must tickle.
Yeah.
He doesn't laugh at first because at first he's looking at her like,
Yeah.
even I'm thinking this
yeah.
is gross.
Yeah.
And then he kind of smiles and she comes over and starts playing patty cake with him.
And then we cut to the sleeping man awakening.
And he doesn't see the girl.
Yeah, just seeing Art kind of talking to himself and playing patty cake by himself.
So,
And I have this stuff in my notes of when we start seeing characters that see the little girl.
It's the family.
Only sometimes. There's a point in
Is
their
there
story.
a point where they don't see
Because
it?
at first they don't.
Are you sure?
sure?
No, I think Sienna and Jonathan always see the little girl.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, because we'll get to that. Because the lore that everyone is connecting is that their father has something to do with Art the Clown.
No.
So if he has something to do, or a lot of people say that is. I don't know if he's Art the Clown. That's a little.
He seems like the father in this instance in the story seems synonymous with the father in, or not the father, but in Evil Dead, the guy who writes journals about the Necronomicon.
Okay, yeah.
That's what the father seems like to me in this family. Is the guy
He knows
who's sort
something.
of prophetically writing out.
Prophesizing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I don't think he's fully Art
But
the
what
Clown.
makes me interested is that he's expressing all this through art.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the only thing that's kind of tying a similar headspace.
Art the Clown, yeah. Clean clothes. He even cleans up the laundromat when he's done.
Love
He's
a guy
so
with
thoughtful.
societal standards.
And then it's funny because he's cleaning the laundromat and then he puts the mop down and it pans over and the mop head's missing.
Yeah.
Because he used it in the sleeping guy's head because
Yeah.
he woke up and saw.
Yeah.
He saw stuff that he shouldn't have seen.
Can't have that.
Then boom, title card. That grabbed me by the nuts.
Terrifier.
I was into it and ready to go.
And there's a little synth for you.
Then the midnight kicks in, starts playing with. We get another little montage.
Yeah.
Motherfucking montage. Motherfucking montage.
Where's this from?
Team America?
Wow.
I want to
We
say.
were just talking about Team America.
That's crazy, right? But this time it's not an Art the Clown montage. It's a fucking Sienna montage because she's the new badass.
Yeah.
She's making her new costume.
Loved this. Loved,
like it.
Loved Sienna. Loved the brother.
Little armor.
Yeah.
Nice little sword.
Yeah, she's like making like this nice Valkyr sort of
painting
guardian
her
angel.
Wings.
Sort of a...
Wing tips.
Yep.
French tipping the wings.
What'd you call it?
French tipping? Isn't
That's
that
cute.
what people do on their nails?
I think you're
right.
right.
Am I wrong?
I think you're right. Girls, let us know in the comments. French tips is when you have just the tip painted.
It's like the white tip thing, I think, on
Oh,
your nail.
you might be right.
Mm.
You might be. You ever try?
I've never had my nails done. Never had a massage.
No,
never
you
had my
paint your
nails
nails.
done.
You ever French tip your nails?
No, I wouldn't know how.
A precise hand.
That just seems like too much work.
But
I don't even paint
the
my nails
result-
because it's just too much
The
work.
result
That's true.
when they eventually you bite all the paint off and nothing.
Have you ever made a costume? Like a Halloween costume or...
I cosplayed as L from Death Note, and that just involves putting on jeans and a white T-shirt and straightening my hair.
So not really.
You can call that a costume.
No, it's a costume, but you didn't really make it because you already had
I've never
the jeans
sewed.
and shirt.
Or mended, if
Okay.
that's what you're asking.
Okay, I was wondering.
Never sewed or mended.
I've
I've
never
put
really...
together a costume.
I mean, I went as Shaun from Shaun of the Dead one year,
Okay.
and I made the cricket paddle
Oh, nice.
out of lots of cardboard glued together.
Oh, cool.
And then cut out. It didn't last long. It got flimsy.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's usually just clothes, and then I'll put blood on it.
Yeah.
Like one year, we went to a party, and I had to put a costume together really quickly.
Yeah.
So I just put pants on, a white shirt,
Yeah.
and then I ripped the shirt,
Yeah,
and then
nice.
I took blood all over my hands and started grabbing at the shirt.
Yeah.
And then just painted a black eye.
Oh,
and
there
then
you
just
go.
went as a survivor.
Yeah. Easy.
I was like, yeah, I got away.
yeah.
That's what I would say.
Wink.
And it was so funny because on the way to the party, we stopped off at a convenience store, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Holy shit, dude, are you okay?" I'm like, not realizing
Yeah.
or cluing in that I
Yeah.
look the way I am. I'm
Okay.
like, "Yeah, I'm good. Are you
Yeah.
all right?" He's like, "No, man. Like, is your eye okay?" I'm like, "Oh no, yeah. I'm
you should have
good."
just said, "I got away."
Ah, shit.
Yeah. So Sienna cosplaying, making her outfit.
Yeah, we get the crazy mom who's right away seems very busy and a little stressed out.
Did you say crazy mom?
She's a little crazy. She's allowed to be crazy.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Not like a
'cause
crazy bitch,
she
but
is
like
portray-
like I actually have
Yeah.
crazy busy mom. Always seems stressed out, uptight.
You have crazy busy, but crossed out as bitchy. You're like, oh, that doesn't sound right. Busy mom. Yeah, no, because she's portrayed as this character that's sort of a helicopter parent, but then we learn about husband's gone.
Yeah, I
she
think
only
you're
has 2
supposed
kids.
to think she's a crazy bitch
Yeah,
at
but
first.
then afterwards, you're sort of like sympathizing with her, and I
Yeah.
think they did a great job
Oh,
making
100%.
us feel something for these characters.
And then right away we're not introduced, but we're told about the brother being into Art the Clown,
Yeah.
what happened a year ago, because this all takes place a year later now. It's the Halloween
Yes,
after. Wants to dress up for Halloween.
as art.
And as Art. And they're, I think the mom, Sienna asks, do you ever wonder about Jonathan?
Yeah, once kind of Jonathan has gone back to his room, she takes her mom's side in the kitchen. She's like,
You like serial killers and stuff? Should we be worried about that?
yeah. And she
And-
said, don't be expected if you find a dead animal in his room. And the mom just snaps and goes, don't you dare talk. It was great.
But do you remember the example her mom uses about her? She's like, when you were younger,
Yeah.
you were cutting the heads off something when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and your dad were fishing.
Yeah.
So I think that's another way they're connected to Art. They all kind of have a psycho killer
Oh, I see.
tendency,
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of.
Sort of in
So maybe
Scream
he
6.
is Art. I don't know.
Scream 6, our lead girl
Yeah.
who gets the thrill for the kill, possibly.
Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. The killer's daughter. The killer's
Yeah,
daughter.
What I specifically liked about these siblings, too, is that It was actually I think one of the first modern movies where it's really believable teens.
Mhm.
You have a cosplayer girl
Yeah.
who's not over the top or like, this is my whole entire personality. It's just a girl who cosplays. And then you have like an internet dweller teen who's on like 4chan or something and just really big into like horror stuff and just finding a niche.
Doesn't sound like me at all at that age.
No, not at all.
Still love me some serial killer
Of course.
mumbo jumbo.
I see on your YouTube page
It's-
In the Mind of a Serial Killer.
It's crazy. We also see the sketchbook very quickly here. We see Jonathan looking through it.
Papa's sketchbook.
He has like articles of Art the Clown in there and all that scary shit. And all we get here is the mention that Dad was an artist
Yes.
and that Sienna is almost as good as him.
But also in Daddy's fucking notebook of his art book, I guess. There's just like brutal depictions of murder, of like a foot stomping into a head.
Well, those are the kills from the first movie.
They are.
Yeah.
But just in a vacuum. A little
Whoa,
worrying.
in a vacuum.
Okay.
What?
You just got too excited.
It's a good word. I just wanted to say vacuum.
2 C's, 2 U's. Can you imagine?
It's more the V. It's a good word. It's a good
Not
letter.
the 2 U's that just spell out coom?
Cum. Well, you don't want it to be a vacum.
No. That's a different
You don't
thing.
want a vacum.
No.
No.
Because
that's messy.
I hear there's certain doctors that do vacumistes. No, I was trying to do vasectomies.
And this is when it's a pew.
World War III? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
That you just crash and burn.
No,
There
I
you go.
got
That's-
it. No, I got
Well,
it.
you asked.
Sort of
What do
a
you want from me?
hypothetical.
We get a dream sequence.
I love this dream sequence.
Probably my favorite scene of the movie.
Because it goes on for so long, but it's never boring.
And it's creepy as
and it's
shit.
real, too. Because whenever
Yeah.
she's falling asleep with the TV. Well, it's real. It was a real movie. She's falling asleep with the TV
Oh,
on.
yeah, because it's on the TV.
Yeah. And then she ends
TV.
up being in the commercial that the TV's playing, and Art comes on out and with all these little, like...
Well, was it really on the TV, or was that her kind of half sleeping and it
Yeah.
was just in her mind on the TV?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And
But it's weird. It's like a whole... Or maybe it was a commercial, because then she goes into the actual like studio.
Yeah, she's on a set.
And you see, studio set, and you see all the different commercials being made.
Yeah.
Come stop by the Clown Cafe.
Yeah, she looks behind her in another commercial of a kid eating razor blade cereal.
And it's got, of course, Art on the box. There's a big mural on the wall of Art the Clown. She becomes part of the cast, and she's sitting on the playground. Then they're on the swings. There's a nun with a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And like, why aren't you feeding him?
Yeah.
Pay attention to him.
Yeah.
And then Art rides a tricycle because he shows up and hands out treats.
Yep.
And
To
her
all the
treat is a
cast members.
beating heart.
Yeah. And
That
she
was
has
interesting.
to eat it.
What do you think is the dream meaning
Correlation?
behind that?
All right. If I delve into my internet searches when I wake up from a dream and Google what the dream meant, if I see a crow, beating heart means you feel a separation of your emotional state with your physical body. And you're sort of viewing your emotions from a third-party point of view, so that depicts her looking at her own heart beating.
Wow.
And the worms coming out of it is the trolleys I was talking about before.
Oh, the trolleys. Oh, the return of the trolleys.
Yeah, scary.
And then Art kills everyone with my favorite weapon, Tommy gun.
Yeah, so good.
So
pulls
great.
out-
I love that he uses guns.
Yeah, honestly. Makes them scarier.
He will use anything, and he's so sneaky with them.
Yeah.
Like in the first one, he just pulls out of his boot. And he's like, "Hacha, I'm a ninja."
Yeah. Well,
Then he tilts
cowboy.
his hat, and he's like, "Thank you, ma'am."
Just like ninjas do. Thank you, ma'am.
You said cowboys.
Yeah.
And then he grabs that little tiny blowtorch, and he just lights everyone on fire. And through all of this, they're all just kind of Right now, everyone is screaming except for the girl
The host.
singing the song.
Yeah.
And then I love how Art goes over and he starts like clapping and going
Yeah.
along with the music.
And then burns her alive while she still sings. She doesn't break character.
And then how Sienna gets out of the dream.
She goes to the cereal
And just
she
starts fucking shoving
starts
her.
digging her hand
in.
through the razor blade box looking for the toy.
Is that what that was?
Yes. Yeah, during the commercial, it's like, look for the toy in every box.
Oh, because I thought she was just waking herself up with
by
pain.
feeling pain.
But then she does bring
pulls
out the sword.
Yeah.
And then we can tell here that it stops fucking Art's powers because it stops the flamethrower and then somehow brings the flame into the bedroom and lights.
In reality, it was her cosplaying sword, and then her whole wardrobe caught on fire.
Well, we find out the sword was given to her by her dad, so it's a real sword.
Okay. Okay. Knowing I didn't know that information, but did this remind you of any other evil clown scene?
Scene? No, it did remind me of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Because it immediately reminded me of it. When the kids all team up to fight back against the clown, and it's just through not being afraid anymore.
Oh, yeah, which is another
fight off
Freddy Krueger thing as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. He can't hurt you if you don't think he's real. Is that it?
Yeah.
I've never seen him. Oh.
I mean, that's how the first one ends, and of course they wanted to make a franchise, so all of a sudden it was like, oh, apparently that's not how you defeat
he evolved.
But then in later entries, I was going to say episodes in the franchise, it would start with nobody remembers who Freddy is, so he's non-existent, so he needs people to remember. So it does sort of work.
Yeah.
It's just based on what they want to do with the movie.
It's like Elf, the way Santa works.
Yeah. Santa and Satan.
Yeah. Oh.
The dynamic dude. We've been over this.
Anagram.
Mom puts out the fire. She's pissed off, of course, but we find out that there was no damage done to the sword.
Thank
it's a
goodness.
magic sword.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Then we get a cool scene with Art the Clown making weapons.
Yep.
While the creepy girl is watching the interview from the first movie.
Yes, and laughing.
So it almost made me wonder. So this movie still overlaps with the first.
Right.
So the interview parts of the first movie are happening during this scene.
Okay, is that the way it goes?
I believe that.
Because I was thinking that they were watching like just a replay and they just loved that moment so much.
I thought that, but it would make more sense if it was a year later. The survivor was in a coma. So it would kind of make sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. And
Does he kick the TV here? I can't remember. I don't think so.
No. But we do get this scene where it's just Art and Pale Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in like this purgatory space. Like, isn't this like an all-black room they're in or something? Or are they in actual space?
It just like looks like a workshop, like a dingy, dark wood shop. Because he's at like a tool table sort of thing.
Because I'm getting vague memories of like them walking up to the TV and it's just in a black void. Unless I was dreaming.
You may have.
Yeah.
This is actually the weapon later on in the movie where you're like, is that the leg of a chair?
Yeah.
You see him putting the sharp shit in that here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which I thought was really cool.
It's the same leg of the chair from the first movie.
Probably. I just like you see him making his weapon for later on. So good.
Beautiful.
And then Jonathan needs to make new friends.
Yeah.
Because they'd be playing with dead fucking animals.
Yeah.
And showing girls.
And he doesn't have a good reputation with dead animals already.
No.
After Mommy talked to Dottie.
Hey, Stephanie, some cat gave birth behind the dumpster. Why would you want to see that anyway?
No, that's still not great. I don't think newly born kittens are the best looking things.
Then the teacher, what's going on?
Yeah, they're just poking at a dead squirrel, rat.
No, I think it was like an armadillo or something.
Oh, that's right. Crazy.
Wait, are those the ones with the hard
shells? Yeah, no spike.
It was the one, I think, that looks like a raccoon.
But longer?
But has like a pointier snout.
Ferret. No,
not a ferret.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Why is that escaping my memory?
Is that in the States, though?
Possum.
Oh, possum.
Yeah.
Are those in the States? Is that Yeah?
Northern states, probably.
Well, I think they're in Washington in this.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is it?
Is this the one where the Metro card was when I said that was a Washington Metro card?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I have it in my head that it's in Washington. Something gave that away. Somewhere.
So they're around us, northeast.
Yeah, so everyone assumes it was him that did that, but it's outside, so the teacher's just like, get someone to clean it up. And then he's in the classroom, and he gets excused from class.
Yeah.
And he runs into Art and the creepy girl playing with the animal, tearing it up and throwing it at him.
Yeah, and he catches the blood's all over his hands.
Catch, bitch.
And then he gets reprimanded, calls Mom.
Now they think he's crazy.
Yeah.
Now they think he's crazy.
Yeah.
No one believes it was him.
Damn.
It's all right. Then you hear Sienna and her friends talking about the talk show host,
Yeah.
and Sienna has like an anxiety attack. That's why I
Right.
think it
This
was
morning.
yeah.
They said this morning.
So it's kind of happening at the same time. But they calm her down.
Yeah.
She goes shopping for new wings.
I love this. Was actually a great depiction of just modern day panic attacks too.
And I actually love this scene too.
Yeah, because they just leave to go talk by a fence. Honestly, the girl should have picked up on this a little earlier. They were they were not good girlfriends.
Well, I think it has something to do with her dad too, because we find out he committed suicide.
Oh, is that the story?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, just knowing that, she probably should have just kept
Yeah.
her mouth shut.
Yeah, but like there's some onlookers looking over at her freaking out, and the friends are like, mind your beeswax. It was great.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Show's over. All right, we'll take you shopping for new wings.
Yeah.
And there's Art the Clown.
In the Halloween shop. And
just standing there.
This is a huge sequence, I remember.
Oh, this is a great
Halloween
scene.
store scenes.
This is one of my favorite scenes, too.
And let me see if you agree with what I wrote down.
Oh, really? What did you write down?
Halloween store scene was great. It incorporated a whole chase scene without making me feel like I was watching a chase scene. It was incredibly engaging all throughout.
Yes.
Because this was the right way to do a chase scene, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't feel like it was like the first movie where it's run and hide, run and hide, run and hide. There was something progressively happening throughout this entire sequence.
Well, yeah, he's stalking the family, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe he just feels a drawing to them.
Oh, fuck. And this is the point where she goes to pay, right? So, yeah, she's stalking.
Oh, that part's funny.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you see him behind her.
Trying
and he's
on
at
glasses.
Yeah, he's at the
Sunglasses
rack, trying them on, doing some modeling. And then the clerk is like, "Oh, I'll get you a bag. I just got to go to the back."
Yeah.
And you see Art creep up behind her. She notices him as soon as he gets beside her, and he just pulls up one of those horns,
little clown
and
horn.
like holds it up to her, and she's like,
Don't.
"Please don't do it." Punk. She gets all jump scares. Oh, it's too
Psychological horror done right, too.
It's so good.
Because it's still creepy and funny and uneasy.
Oh, I love how he comes up though, because she's like, "Oh shit, I missed my I forgot my purse in the other room," and he just slams it down and walks away.
Yeah,
so good. He's such a great character
because he's drawing the line of being a threatening figure, the slamming down on the purse, and just he can be aggressive, but in this moment he isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever run into guys who, before they punch you in the face, they're like all smiley and laughy?
All the time.
I hate those guys so much because it's hard to read them. And it scares me even more.
No one taught me to read, so it's hard to read them.
Right.
Right?
The literacy rate is 13%. I don't know why I said that number.
I wasn't good at math either.
Yeah.
What? No, but she takes off. She's like, fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here. And you think Art is following her, which I think is great, but then he just walks to the door and he puts the close sign up.
Yeah.
Because he's getting a little pissed at the clerk. Because the clerk's like, dude, shut up or get out or quit clowning around. She's a clown.
I was wondering about this clerk because he didn't have the best acting, and I wonder if he was the actual clerk of something.
He was all right.
He reminded me of like you remember? I think it was a Call of Duty commercial where like two strong men are fighting to get into a GameStop or an EB Games.
I don't think so, no.
And the clerk says, "Whoa, you guys," he's just a really awkward kid at a GameStop. And that's who he reminded me of initially.
Maybe he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just a clerk that worked somewhere nearby.
That's what I'm hoping. And
or maybe that's an actual store.
Maybe that's Bruce Campbell.
Whoa. That's crazy. Yeah, so he goes back to the cashier and he buys the horn.
Yeah.
He's being nice.
Again, societal standards.
But then he starts emptying his bag of goodies.
Yeah.
And the guy still doesn't get that something's off. He's putting on saws on the table and shit. And he's like, dude, are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
If you don't have any actual money, and then he brings out bloody bills and he's like, dude, no, fuck this. Yeah. And then he gets a little bottle to the face.
Yeah.
And then into the face.
Well deserved.
It was really well done.
Yeah. Would you take bloody money in this instance?
Just to try and be safe.
That's it.
I wouldn't want to fuck with Art the Clown.
Hey, no problemo.
The effects in this scene are so incredible, man. Yeah. Apparently, they did use a little bit of CGI.
Okay.
Because when he puts the bottle in his face and starts stabbing him, you see his mouth and his eye move, and that was CGI.
Okay, well done.
That's how CGI is done.
Yeah.
Right.
Without noticing it.
Well, that
Yeah.
and just the little
Yeah,
details.
Not a whole scene.
Yeah.
Don't CG the whole face. Just CG aspects.
So good. And it's just for that one shot.
Yeah. Quick.
And then as soon as you
Yeah.
pull away, you just
It's
have him
prosthetic.
stabbing and you're good.
Yeah.
Fucking, ugh. And then he gets his head chopped off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Jonathan talks to Sienna about art and shows her dad's sketchbook.
Right.
Because he's trying to show her the clipping of like the dead girl. This is when we see the clipping of this little girl found mangled outside makeup trailer at local carnival. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the newspaper. Then we get the sketch of Art the Clown, and this is where we see all the deaths from the first film and Sienna in a costume.
Yes.
What the fuck's going on?
Holding a decapitated head.
It's a prophecy.
Right.
Prophesizing.
And even Jonathan leans into that. He's like, you could be...
You're her.
You're...
Dad drew you.
You're capital H her.
That's crazy, Sienna. You are the hero.
And Sienna doesn't buy it.
She's like, you're crazy.
You crazy, man.
Here, have more of my weed.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, chill out.
Take that back. I'm almost out.
Sienna, the struggling cosplayer.
Well, she spends all of her money on
Yeah.
cosplay stuff.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No cons. Just Halloween.
Well, the friends and everyone around her say she works on it like a crazy bitch. So.
I never thought about how Halloween is probably a good test run for a lot of cosplayers.
Yeah.
Where they're like making a costume. They're like, whoa,
Yeah, Halloween parties.
I can wear it out.
I don't know if do people want to get drunk in their cosplays though, because then
Yeah.
it could get damaged.
Oh,
Other
I've been
people
to these
could
after party conventions.
touche,
Oh, man.
touche. But yeah, Sienna doesn't want to believe any of it,
Yeah,
but does believe
In art.
Jonathan's innocence.
right. Because, she asked about what happened at school. And he's like, I saw this fucking clown, dude.
Which is funny because isn't she the one that says, "Don't be surprised if you find a dead
Yes.
animal"? So it's funny that she changes her tune so
Yeah,
quickly.
even when it does confirm her bias.
Interesting. And then, oh my God, Art the Clown trick or treats at. There's so many good scenes in this movie,
Very much so. 2.5 hours, too, by the way.
and it's funny because you could literally chop them up and have them as the original short films that Art the
Right.
Clown was in.
Yeah.
Each scene is just a short film. Like
Yeah.
this one, it's just him showing it up at someone's house to trick or treat, and it's Sienna's friend,
Yeah.
who was also at the store. She's like, "Didn't I see you at the store?" He's like nodding, not saying anything, and she denies him candy. She's like,
Yeah.
"You're a grown man. Get
Yeah,
the fuck
come
out of
on.
here." Closes the door, and then he bangs on it, and she gives him candy just to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of
Appease.
there. But then she sees inside of his bag.
And it's blood and saws and feet.
And blades and guts and it's rust. Lots of rust.
Don't like that.
Not sanitary whatsoever.
Clean your... Well, the blood would have been the sanitary.
Would that be the sanitary? What if they had
Over
like
rust?
well,
Rust isn't hardly unsanitary.
oh. Okay.
Blood, on the other hand.
Either
that's a
way, Art
biohazard.
leaves for now.
Art leaves. He's... Yeah.
Quote unquote.
We see him on the Nest camera walking away. We see him get onto the sidewalk and leave.
Oh, she has one of those crazy cameras?
I think she just peeked through the blinds.
Yeah, she did.
Peaky Blinders, if you will.
Then she goes upstairs, she's like doing her face and her makeup, and
Yeah.
then she hears something downstairs.
Uh-oh.
She goes down, the sliding door is just fucking busted open.
I had a bad dream about my sliding door being left open and then critters got into my home.
Well, that's a lot safer than this because it's just smashed. There's glass
Yeah.
everywhere.
Rough.
And there's more than a critter in her house.
There's a whole ass.
There's a thirsty Art the Clown
Yeah.
getting a glass of water from her
Oh,
kitchen.
yeah. And this is so well done and creepy, too.
So nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Just walking, grabs a glass,
It's
pours
everyone's
himself
fear.
some water.
Of middle of the night, everything's dark in your house, and you walk downstairs and just see a man in your kitchen drinking water. Strange man in your kitchen is the
Well, a
scariest
strange
thing.
man, yeah.
Strange man anywhere.
Anywhere.
I
Nowhere.
look in the mirror sometimes to freak out. It's a strange man in there.
I freak out every time I look in the mirror.
Jeez, yeah.
I know. It's
Hard.
hard. It's hard. But yeah, she gets the worst of all. This
Yeah.
is the worst kill of the series. Yeah. Would you say this is worse than the hoo hoo ha ha cut in half scene from the first one? That's the vagina.
Yeah. Well,
All right, we'll go over it. So
Yeah.
first she gets scalped,
Yeah.
and then she
Scalped.
gets stabbed,
stabbed.
and then just broken apart. He's like breaking
Yeah.
appendages.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Arms and legs, and somehow still alive.
No, yes, this
He
does win by a
leaves.
long shot.
And you're like, oh, it must be over. And he comes back with bleach
Yeah.
and what did I put? Bleach and salt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
So, yeah, she has a bunch of
and
open
just
wounds.
starts pouring it
Yeah.
all over her. And you got to remember, the effects in these movies are insanely well done.
Yeah.
But it's funny because if you watch, it still looks fake. It's hard to tell.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
Because, she has now all of her limbs are mangled, and she's crawling on the ground.
Yeah. And you can just tell that's not what a real body would look
And
like.
thank God for that.
Like, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like, it's gross, but not. It's I don't know.
Or maybe it's so shocking that you disassociate and you're like,
Oh,
this
maybe.
is just nothing.
But she's screaming through
Yeah.
this, and then what does he do at the end? He rips her face off.
Right. Yeah, just like a fucking Band-Aid.
Damn,
He
dude.
scalps her.
And then the
Yeah.
friend comes over and is looking for her and
Yeah.
just sees Art sitting beside her in bed,
Yeah.
chewing on
Yeah,
her or
yeah.
something, and she's still like moving and breathing and shit. Apparently, the original idea for this scene was her to walk in and Art having a cigarette like you would
Oh,
after having
no.
I mean, it completes the gag.
Right, yeah. But I guess they never wanted to, because they haven't mentioned Art sexually before. He doesn't do sexual crimes.
Well, maybe that's
That would be the lead.
not
into
how
it.
he gets off per
Yeah.
se, but that's just how he's happy.
Yeah.
That's what makes him happy.
Yeah. Very Ed Gein.
Oh yeah, 100%. We got that from his booby
Yeah, his
T-shirt in the
booby
last
gag.
movie. And supposedly this whole scene was going to be different, and they had shot half of it. I don't know what it was going to be, but then COVID came around, and they couldn't get it right the first time. So Damien Leone like rewrote the whole scene over
Oh, shit.
some of the COVID. I don't know if it came out in 2022. They
Right.
finished during COVID.
Maybe.
2021.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, she gets the worst one. But then we get Sienna. We get another little montage,
Yeah.
30-second one. She's like, I am going to that Halloween party.
Yeah.
And she suits up.
Oh, my God.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost pulled out my cord.
That would have been something.
I would have scared Steven.
I would have freaked.
Freaked
Yes.
out.
Sick little first cosplay try on. Everything fits great.
Not too shabby.
Wait a second.
She's going clubbing. What? Wait
Mom-
a second, what?
Mommy doesn't get hurt before she goes out because she has a whole conversation with Mommy.
Yeah, Mom's like, you shouldn't go out. You're going to get drunk? Who's driving you home?
Who just died that we talked about?
Her friend. The trick-or-treat girl. From, like, she was at the store, and then Art rang her doorbell, trick-or-treat.
Oh, the friend of Sierra?
Yeah.
That's right.
Sienna.
Yeah, Sienna.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mom's still here.
Yeah.
Sienna's got to go clubbing first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, her mom's, of course, like, you can get drunk. That's not cool. What are you
Oh, it's
doing?
revealing, please. Her outfit.
Oh, yeah, she's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, my God.
Oh, no, your belly.
There's the little V cut under the belly button that implies a sexual organ exists.
Oh, is that what that...
No, I
Because
don't.
it's shaped like a V, it means vagina?
Yeah, V for Vendetta, Gina.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it now.
That was the secret.
No, I don't.
That was the working title.
I don't get it.
All right.
It's okay, but they're going clubbing.
If
Bam,
boys have
bam, bam,
pants
bam, bam.
that have a P,
Boots and pants, boots and pants, boots and pants, boots.
isn't it
clubbing.
boots and cats?
Boots and pants.
I think.
Why would you wear a cat?
Oh, on my head. For the
I
warmth.
said why, not where.
For the warmth.
Yeah, but she's there with her friend,
Yeah.
who I don't know her friend's name, but her friend's boyfriend is Jeff.
Oh yeah, their friend sucks. I just.
Oh yeah, because she.
Yeah, she
uh,
mollies her.
Yeah, I was gonna say roofie, but that
Yeah.
she drugs her.
Yeah, she's like and the worst because Sienna's opening up to her friend about like, hey, I'm overcoming a lot of things and I just feel good and happy now and peaceful. And then her friend's like, oh yeah, you're probably feeling that way because I slipped Molly in your drink.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Oh yeah.
How-
Because you see her on the dance floor and
Yeah.
she's loving it, and she's.
and you could tell Sienna's. They
Yeah.
did the scene so well, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Because Sienna's character was like actually hurt by it,
Mhm.
but she could not bring herself to be sad because she's on Molly, and so she just like kind of laughed, crying.
Oh, it's not till they get into the car when she's like,
Yeah.
"You're a bitch.
Yeah.
Can't believe you drugged me."
And then still laughs.
Oh yeah.
It must be frustrating being on Molly. You can never be angry.
And it's cool. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that I would know.
Okay.
Don't do drugs.
Kids, adults can
Yeah.
responsibly.
Well, I'm not telling you to though. That's
No.
on your own accord.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
call the police.
No. Unless
Never.
they're in on it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but it goes from this cool dance scene right into actual trick-or-treaters going to Sienna's friend's house.
Yeah.
And they ring the doorbell, and Art the Clown answers,
Yeah.
and he has her
Her
head,
bloody head with candy stuffed
either her or the
inside.
friend, like
Yeah.
the friend that came and found them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stuffed with candy, and all the kids are like, "Ew!" And they actually take it still.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's sticky," and all the parents are like, "Oh, it's just fake blood."
Yeah.
And Art's all like smiles and waving. Oh, he's so good.
And he was like cracking up that he was getting away with it.
I love it. Well, why wouldn't you? It's motherfucking Halloween.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So Jonathan's stuck at home because he's grounded.
Uh-oh.
Did you get grounded a lot? Do you remember being grounded?
I was never not able to leave the house, I believe.
Mm.
Or maybe if
Or
I
maybe
really...
you just did?
No, I was never like that. Because I would be home before sunset.
No Nintendo for a week?
Did we have that? Maybe when I was really, really young.
So I guess it really made an effect if you don't remember, right?
It was like I was like maybe 5, 6, 7, and then that stopped.
Really taught you a lesson.
Yeah, I get what I want now.
Well, yeah, he's stuck at home, and the mom is. In this one scene, I'm not a fan of her because she's like, "Okay, well, if you didn't do it, I'm sorry, you're grounded." And it's like he's really trying. I think because I've been in so many of these situations as a kid where you're actually like, no,
Yeah, you're
I
justified.
did not do it. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, someone already said that you did do it, so we're not going to like listen
Right.
to you. And it's like, I did not do
Yeah.
it. It's like, stop using excuses. I'm like, it's not an
yeah.
excuse if it's what happened.
Yeah, it's the
Like,
reasoning. Yeah.
And then, she's like, she rips up the sketchbook.
Oh,
And this
yeah,
is when she was like, he was sick.
well, doesn't he say after she rips up the? This is a big moment for her. She rips up the notebook and he goes, "You're a bitch."
Yes.
You
But
call
as
him-
she's doing it,
Yeah.
she's like, he was sick in the head
Yeah.
near the end. Rips up the book, pissing off him, and she slaps him.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's honestly such well written and
It's
just
so
real,
good.
just like real. Yeah, defiant little boy calls you a bitch.
And I'm
and
hoping when we get the full story of the
Mm.
dad, you watch this again, and it's even more
it
impactful.
gets, yeah.
That's another reason why I like the story in this, is because you know that you'll be able to go back
Yeah.
and find more connections.
What they should do is have a flashback scene of where her husband called her a bitch and she slapped him.
Ooh.
And the reason she slapped him is because she was reminded
It was
of
like
her husband.
PTSD type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Damien, call me.
Look at that. So yeah, she takes some pills to ease the pain, as one does.
Yeah.
And then finds her car covered in whipped cream and pumpkins.
And she assumes...
And by whipped cream, probably shaving cream.
Yeah, Johnny did it.
Do you think he did it, though? I don't know if he... Oh, no, he didn't, because she finds who does it.
Right.
Yeah, because he's sitting in the car still.
Boom, 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 boom,
Sienna and friend feeling great and drunk.
Yeah.
Put Molly in your drink.
Yeah.
Pissed off but smiling bitch.
Yeah,
see?
see?
Pissed
Yeah.
off but smiling.
Bitch.
Jonathan roaming street, but then he sees that creepy van, which I thought was a great scene because he looks in, the creepy girl's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Look at my pigtails.
Yeah.
Why are my eyes yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaundice.
Is that what does that? That's crazy.
I don't know if the eyes do, but the skin definitely does.
Oh, that's insane.
Bladder, something to do with your bladder stop
Oh,
working.
so not the eyes. It was
It could-
close.
It could.
The idea was there.
I don't know why they turn yellow.
They're new. They're
It's
better.
funny that it's something to do with the bladder because the easy joke to make is like they're filling with pee or something.
well, yeah. Their eyes are just full
Yeah.
of piss.
Yeah.
They're just full of
It
piss.
stopped being stored in the balls and it went to the eyes.
Maybe they had pink eye and they were trying to
Right.
medicate it.
Yeah, they were trying to do the opposite, but chose the wrong color.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, she's creepy as shit. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm going back home."
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, oh yeah, the radio's going crazy during that scene too. When he's looking at the little girl, the
Right.
radio in the van's going all crazy.
And this,
This is when mom dies.
yes, but that specific thing, the radio interference,
Mm-hmm.
this reminds me of the end of Terrifier 1, where Mr. Clown Man is interfering with electric devices.
Oh, when he in the morgue.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I wonder if she's a ghost.
I think whatever they are, they're of the same species, deity, whatever they may be. Like whatever happened to Art happened to her, and they have some side effect where they make electronic interference.
So I think Art made that interference in the morgue because he was coming back to life.
Right.
And I think she makes it just because she's a ghost.
Yeah. Just
maybe slowly
or,
coming back to
or
life
both,
somehow.
Like Art is a ghost because they always talk
most
about
people see him. Like the guy in the laundromat saw him physically, but he didn't see the little girl.
That's because he feeds, baby. If he feeds on planar...
Well, he's still in a physical body, too.
Because he feeds. He eats
Well, yes,
real
he can
people.
rejuvenate, but I don't think the little girl...
I'm saying he is, in reality, for more people because he feeds on the real.
Okay.
So he therefore gets a corporeal being more than the little girl does.
Well, I'm also saying the little girl, I don't think that is her. Like, I think her body is probably buried because it says in the newspaper they found her body. So I think she is literally a manifestation or whatever.
Yeah.
They better answer some of this shit in the third one. I'm telling you.
Watch, they just flip the whole script and it goes back to being a demo reel of kills.
I mean, it takes place at Christmas. That's all we know. Like,
bloody
I
snow.
don't know.
Wow, so we're getting Ghostbusters Christmas and...
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Look at that.
Wow.
But yeah, Mom's cleaning the car, and lo and behold, Art's sitting in the car.
Vaping.
Sucking on that vape
He's
pen.
charging his vape in the center console.
He's doing the, what are the blinkers?
Yeah, he's hitting a blinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is when you suck on it until it stops blinking.
Until the thing blinks, because then it means it's at maximum vape capacity.
That's crazy. Have you seen the people who do that in like straws? Like it's a big straw that they have a bunch stuck into.
Oh, and
so
they
when
do
they
multiple
suck,
blinkers?
it goes all at once.
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's a very interesting hobby.
Yeah.
By interesting, I mean strange.
I want to see
and I love
competitive
it.
vaping competitions.
I'm surprised someone hasn't. I'm sure there's somewhere.
I'm sure. Because there's all the tricks you can do.
Yeah, she gets shot in the face.
Yeah, she gets blasted.
Just
And this
boom.
is coming right after a scene where the family actually came together at one point, and where they're like trying to mend their relationship.
Well, I mean, her hand came together with Jonathan's face.
But after that, because I wrote it in my notes where it finally seemed like the family was coming to a mutual understanding.
Well, no, right before she finds Art, she's talking to Sienna, and she does come to an understanding about Jonathan, but she never gets to tell him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Jonathan still thought that she was mad at him. It doesn't seem to matter because he's still like, Mom's dead, Mom's dead.
Yeah, because I said they made the family seem like it had a chance of mending itself back together, and then the mother gets blasted so quick.
You just gave me another crazy theory because you said mending the family back together. When he gets home, she's at the head of the table, like her dead body. Art puts her at the head of the table and is pretending to like serve her food or some shit.
Oh, got you.
So that almost makes me think that maybe he is the dad.
Right. I wonder if there's like a grandfather. Yeah, there's some relation.
There's a grandfather. It's not Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We don't know. This is a precursor to
This
Texas
is true.
Chainsaw. This happens 200 years before in 2022.
But that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I love his little apron, too. He's serving food to Mom. Is he trying to feed it to her or, like, just slop it on her? He's doing something funny. I can't remember.
He was doing
and then Jonathan, of course, gets chased upstairs into his room where he tries to reach for the sword.
Yeah.
But he gets drugged.
Yeah.
Drugged. But not the good kind.
No.
The
Right to the
syringy
neck.
kind.
To his neck, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Art's got a fruitful supply of whatever is in that syringe.
What color was it? Was it green? Am I remembering
No,
green?
I think it was just kind of cloudy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ectoplasma.
Ectoplasm. Plasma.
I don't know why I said ma.
You just got Ghostbusters
Do you know
on
why?
the line now. Why?
I said ectoplasma instead of ectoplasm.
Why?
It's because I have seen a TikTok clip of a Russian guy in like a ghost outfit.
Ooh.
And he was going ectoplasma. And it didn't sound like that at all. But he was speaking Russian and he said ectoplasma.
That's funny.
And I'll never forget him.
It's interesting because Art does pick up the sword here. He picks it up when he's taking Jonathan.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan calls Sienna to pick him up.
Yeah.
But it's not Jonathan, it's the creepy girl because she can do a really good Jonathan impression.
Yeah.
And they're going to pick him up at the carnival.
She expressed the ability to disguise herself another time, didn't she? I think maybe after this, where that was like her shtick. where she was like the master shapeshifter disguiser.
I
I forget if she did this again or not.
I can't remember. Now, is this the same carnival that she was killed at? You think?
Oh, yes.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everything in this like story of these people take place in this town.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to say that their dad worked at the carnival.
Yeah.
I almost think they didn't want to say that because it would just put too many things together.
And that probably Art was an actual clown. I'm thinking she might have been an actual circus performer. I don't know.
Either that or she was just really into it because she was killed near the makeup tent.
Okay.
So maybe she was like, ooh, makeup. Like, I want to see how it's done.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's what. Maybe it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing where she thinks Art is a good role model, but doesn't realize that he killed her and took her away from her family.
She probably saw him without his face on.
We sort of do in the first one, but just like bits and pieces when he's putting his makeup on.
Yeah.
But then he never takes it off again. Never doesn't even get smudged. That's a good makeup company. Yeah. That's how they should advertise.
L'Oreal.
Doesn't even come off Art's face.
Yeah.
It'll stay on yours too.
Sweaty man.
This is when we also get more info on the dad, because the friend in car mentions that the dad had a brain tumor and then started acting weird, seeing things, and then ended up killing himself.
Interesting.
That's the rumor.
Something you could really sink your teeth into.
Right? There's a lot of weird little...
Yeah, tidbits.
Yeah. And then there's great shots of Sienna roaming the carnival.
Yeah, she's
great music.
Music was great throughout this.
So good.
This was my only chip off this movie. This sequence just seemed a lot more slower paced than the rest of the movie. It was a sort of haunted house style, running around, things jumping out, you're running through a circus.
It should have been a bit more upbeat at this point.
This one... and this is the only thing where I'm like, okay, Damien, 2.5 hours, I can definitely see some fat you could have trimmed. Because the majority, 2 hours of this movie is so uppity and great and enticing and engaging. This was the only chip in that, to me. It was just too much running around.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Just run faster.
But, my God, the music, and specifically the musical cue, once the kids take the upper hand... There was interesting. I wrote it down in my notes that there was just this really cool musical cue where once the kids get the upper hand, it was great. Music was awesome.
So well done. Jonathan wakes up there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the ride that he's stuck at is called the Terrifier.
Great.
So that makes me wonder.
Yeah.
If it's even more part of the lore because of that.
Yeah.
He wakes up and he's surrounded by those creepy ass dolls. And creepy girl, is she cutting up her own face? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I got creepy girl cutting up her face.
Yeah.
What was that? Although if she is a ghost figure, it could just be...
For psychological abuse.
Yeah, like basically a mirage or a trick of the mind. But yeah, don't do that. Then we get Sienna walking through the Terrifier while friends are having sexy time.
Uh-oh.
But then the boy has to pee, as you do during sexy time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have just held it in, but, whatever. Were they done? I can't remember. I don't think they even started.
I don't think so, yeah. They barely started.
Because she's, worried about Sienna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Just the tip. Why do I...
There was a sign.
Was there a sign? And then Art stabs boy in pee-pee.
Oh.
And then to death, and then rips pee-pee off.
There might have been a sign that said just the tip. The boy goes out to pee, and then Art slices just the tip off. Or something. Someone says just the tip.
Doesn't he say it to her?
He might say it to her.
Because he gets out, and then he scares her on the other side of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have it written in big letters. I should have put more.
No, it's more interesting to
I
think about
assumed that would have jogged my memory.
No.
Just the tip. No, that goes. So, he gets his pee-pee ripped clean off.
Yeah.
Don't have sex. You don't have sex
and
in
I think
horror
Art
movies.
taunts the girl with it
at
one point of the window.
You still want it?
Yeah.
People pay big money for this shit.
That's right. Do
you can make... Well, you can get molds made.
Oh, yeah. By my favorite actors.
I think, anyone can send in a mold and get a...
okay, good to know.
Made. Yeah. I know girls can definitely do it because,
they can make beer out of them too.
Beer,
yeah, out of the
the material. So, you use it and then
no, the fermenting of.
Yeah.
If you use your imagination.
Yeah, so Art, you don't want to leave the friend out of the fun. You got to
Right.
drag him right out of that car.
Yeah.
But she kicks him. She
Yeah,
gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
I like it that it's always the women that get
They're
the upper
getting
hand.
the physical upper hand, too.
Yeah. The guys always
Or
just kind of die.
Dopes, yeah.
He smirks. Like, she kicks him, like, down on the ground. He gets up, and he's just like,
Yeah, nice.
yeah. A little feisty.
Okay.
But then, of course, she falls. She's wearing those giant-ass heels.
Yeah, sucks.
I'm surprised she didn't break something.
Yeah, she bought him off Shein, and they...
Or she was running in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I think I asked you when we were watching
Have I ever ran
it.
in heels?
Or just worn them for more than just, like, trying them on.
Like to go
Like,
into
have
the
you walked
backyard.
around for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
No, I've never done it.
It's like, because does your mom not leave her shoes out with big platforms? And you got to go, like, throw out the trash
She used to
outside?
have steel
steel toes.
What are they called?
Heels.
Heels.
Pumps.
I'm sure I probably put my foot into one
Yeah.
once and went, that is fucking
Yeah, it's
uncomfortable.
really
and
uncomfortable.
just took it off.
Yeah. You kind of
Because
have
they're
to...
so squishy.
You have
Like,
to change your whole body posture to just
and then
walk
I've
in
tried just walking on my tiptoes. That's no fun.
That I do primarily.
Oh.
When I go upstairs, I'm always on my tiptoes.
I do that.
Yeah, see?
Because I don't want to be... I want to be quiet.
Scooby-Doo.
I don't want to interrupt anyone.
Shaggy taught me everything about my walking patterns.
Look at that. Is that... Yeah, he's flailing his arms
so
like,
much.
like Shaggy. Yeah, he smirks, walking with... Oh, yeah, she trips, and he's just great shot. It looks over, and he's walking over with his bag of
Goodies.
tricks, his goodies, his fun.
Tricks make sense.
Then we get a chase scene through the whorehouse.
Yes.
And she trips again.
Did you say what?
Through the whorehouse. Horror. God. Horror.
Horror house.
Horror.
You need an extra syllable in there. You just said horror house. Horror.
I'm very quiet with my second syllables.
Oh,
third.
I see. You're a second syllable quiet guy.
They're running through the Terrifier, and she trips again.
Yeah.
And then Art throws something at her, and it's not a football.
And it's not the tip.
No. What was it? Do you remember? Oh, trivia.
I don't know that I didn't read the IMDb. Sorry.
You watched the movie.
What is it?
He throws acid,
Oh, that's right.
and then he beats her with the wood, with the spike.
Yeah.
As
armchair?
I put down, wood spike weapon thing.
His armchair? His chair
Yes.
arm?
And then
Sorry.
he eats her heart.
Yes.
So I'm thinking this is a thing.
Heart.
I wonder if the heart in the dream is how she defeats him. You have to stab him through the heart with that sword.
What are you, a vampire?
Well, he's eating everyone's hearts probably to grow stronger.
Oh.
Because this is what, the second or third one we've seen him
Yeah.
eating? Or no, he was eating brains at one point
yeah.
too.
Well, he had to get smarter. Now he has to feel more emotion.
Oh.
Or his cardiovascular system is failing.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
Have you watched any Invaders Zim shows?
No.
Oh, okay. There's one where he harvests organs from all the kids in school.
That's crazy.
He takes like a liver from one kid and like a...
No, I was
Yeah.
into the comic book that dude did before that called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
That's right.
That was some crazy shit.
Did they harvest organs?
Yeah.
Sick.
Johnny had to like kill people and paint his wall with blood in order to keep the god at bay that was behind it or some shit.
Oh, geez.
Something like that.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I've read it. Yeah. Yeah.
You're the one. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you.
Sienna finds her friend's body and Art just standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, what's up? You want to
Yeah.
smoke a joint?
Yeah.
But then Jonathan shows up and
And
has to
says-
run so Sienna can get her ass kicked.
Yeah.
Jonathan runs away and Art just kicks her ass with the big
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
The honka.
Cosplay can't help her now.
Not right now. And then he goes after Jonathan, who
Yeah.
hides in a box covered in a little sheet.
Classic.
He's looking out, and we get a classic Art because it looks like he knows where he is, but
Yeah.
does he?
Yeah.
Do you think he knew where he is? Because then he goes to the exit, and he's waiting there for him. I think he knew.
Yeah. Yeah. He likes playing the psychological game. So, I mean,
He's a smart son of a bitch.
that's what eating brain.
All those
Does
brains.
for you.
They're such good brains. Yeah. But then he starts slicing Jonathan up.
Yep.
And then Sienna's like, fuck
He's
that.
taking like flesh wounds, slashes at him.
And then like Sienna lies on top of him just to take some of the hits.
Yep.
This looks painful.
Oh yeah.
Just with a scalpel.
Oh yeah. Because he's like whipping them. Now, doesn't
Is this
he?
with the chain at this
Yeah.
point? Okay, the first time he hits Jonathan is with the scalpel, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because she catches the chain and then whips Art before sticking the metal rod through his face.
Yeah.
That was badass.
Yeah.
She's such a cool character.
Yeah, very much so.
But no, Art is alive and then chokes Sienna.
Yep.
And then Jonathan gets a shotgun. Click.
And Art puts his hands up. He's like, okay.
Hey, I didn't
buddy,
mean
we're
nothing
joking
by it.
around.
What's up? Look at my hat.
gets
This is funny.
Blasted.
Yeah, just fucking boom. And then, so Sienna sees mom. This is what you're talking about. Sienna sees her mom, but it ends up being the creepy girl.
That's it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's a little trickster.
That's why I think she's a ghost. She can... It's not like she's mutating into it. It's just like...
Well, then let me ask you, do you think Art's a ghost?
No, because that's still his physical body. That's what I was saying before. That's why people can see him.
Is there a ghost possessing the physical body of Art?
His own ghost, so maybe he's a zombie. That's what I mean. That's why in the morgue, when it was going staticky, he was dead, and that was his ghost coming and, like, resurrecting.
You just said something.
What?
You said the ghost might be in him, maybe he's a zombie. You think zombies have ghosts within them?
They have something controlling them.
It's not ghosts.
Like a
It's
soul.
not spirits, I don't even think, because they're like soulless. They're lifeless. That's the whole thing of zombies.
No, because
Yeah, how did they get their autonomy?
the saying is, when hell is full, the dead will walk the earth. That's the whole Night of the
so
Living
the souls
Dead
get
thing.
trapped.
So in my mind, it's like the souls are...
Okay.
There's nowhere for them to go.
Right, so they wander.
Yeah, there's lots of theories for zombies.
there is.
Depending on what kind of zombies they are.
Infections, parasites,
Well, yeah, if it's a parasite, then it's
Yeah.
just the parasite
Yeah.
making the body move,
mind
etc.
control, witches. Like the original one was voodoo,
Oh,
right?
a little voodoo. I
John
think so.
Carpenter. That's
No.
no. John Romero.
George A. Romero. There's
That's-
no voodoo in that, though.
Wasn't the original zombies?
There's no
Voodoo?
explanation. They don't give an
It's
explanation.
a black and white one, right?
Yeah.
And they're coming for you, Barbara.
Yeah.
That's voodoo, isn't it?
There's no voodoo. Voodoo hoodoo?
I don't know who do.
Runs to find Art. Oh, yeah, Sienna. She finds Art over Jay's body.
Yeah.
And he tosses her down a hole.
Yeah. Rough.
Well, like, it's a hole, but it's, like, covered in wood. And then it's just, like, a dungeon where
Yeah.
another hole opens with, like, lights around it. So it almost looks like a marquee sign,
Right,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of lights around it. And I'm guessing this goes to hell because you hear, like, voices and shit.
Right.
This is
Or-
where it gets pretty weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
He's harvesting something else. From
that's where he
people.
harvests his souls. That's where he puts all his victims.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like that. And then Art stabs her and she falls into the hole. It was weird, but I liked it.
Art
It
could,
fit the movie.
Art could be experimenting on bringing people back to life, and the girl could have been but then that doesn't explain how people can't see her.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think Art means for her to be there because he looks pretty shocked when
Yeah.
she shows up in the laundromat.
Right.
I wonder if she's supposed to be like his devil and angel on the shoulder type thing, or
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. It's
A conscious.
That's what I mean. It's a weird concept.
Or his like patron. I'm wondering if like
or like
she's something above him in this hierarchy of he works for her.
maybe.
Be interesting.
Oh,
Give me a whole political backstory on the people of Art and his friends.
well, I'm assuming that's what we're getting in the third movie.
You fucking
Apparently,
better be.
there's 5 ready
Planned?
to go.
Good. They better have some overarching plot.
I would hope so. Sienna wakes up in a water tank in the TV studio from before, which is really kind of weird, but
Yeah.
also I liked it. She eventually like dies. It seems like she dies.
Because it's like those magician water tanks where
Yeah.
you're trapped and you got to escape.
Then Jonathan's like, Sienna, you
Yeah.
gotta wake up, Sienna. Sienna.
What did you think of this?
That was kind of, you know,
You tell me. I don't know.
it wasn't the greatest.
Okay.
Like, just like, Sienna, and then all of a sudden she
Yeah.
wakes up and she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, at least if, like, somehow he got the sword into
Her dream.
the tank
Yeah.
and she, like, grabbed it and then cut her ankle.
I'd agree,
And,
actually,
like,
yeah.
flew out with
Yeah.
it or some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe budget reasons. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Well,
It
this
could
might
have
be
been
a
done
part
better
of a
than
rewrite
just-
too.
Sienna, and then she wakes up, and
Yep.
but she does go all badass. She awakens, she escapes.
Yeah.
She escapes hell.
Yeah.
And then she stabs Art with the sword, which actually hurts him, apparently. And then she takes his head off.
Because this reminds me of it. Is that like when Pennywise first feels pain from the slingshot?
Mm-hmm.
The slingshot wasn't actually doing it. It's that they weren't afraid anymore, and that's
Well,
the
she's
reason it
beaten him
worked.
before.
But
Like,
he's
kicked
like
him and-
staggered, but he's never injured.
Well, they know that he's been through some shit because he was shot and shit in the first movie.
Yeah,
It
and he
didn't
had to
seem
regen.
hurt him. But if he is in fact the dad, or maybe it's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like why would he give her the sword in order to kill him? You know what I mean? There's too many things like that make me think it's not the dad.
Malignant. We can take
Oh yeah,
the tumor. that
that's
was
what I mean.
growing
Like
in
it could be a
Daddy.
Jekyll and Hyde
Yeah.
type thing, maybe. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And then the creepy girl appears, picks up his head, holds it like he's whispering in her ear.
Yeah.
And then she like starts laughing and then just carries him like a baby. She's cradling it and just walks away.
That leans into maybe he does work for her. They
Well,
have some
yeah,
sort
if
of
she's a
partnership.
ghost, she's probably going to bring him back
Yeah.
again. And then John and Sienna embrace. They're
Yeah.
hugging. They're like, it's over.
Yeah.
I love you, sister.
Yeah.
And then the credits roll. But then, thanks to Marvel, we get an after credits scene.
Dun dun. And this is when we see Mystico.
Mr. Chris Jericho.
Who's Chris Jericho?
I think he's a wrestler.
Okay.
People might yell at me for saying might be. Yeah, he's a wrestler. But he was one of the receptionists or whatever in this scene. The one with the ponytail. Big dude. Yeah.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, it's Chris Jericho.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's a psych center. And someone's puking,
Yeah.
walking around bleeding and writing on a wall, whore,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Just rude,
Nasty.
obscene things
Yeah, how
that you
dare you.
shouldn't say to people.
No. We've got laws for this.
There's a big heart that she makes and it says Vicky and Art.
Yeah.
So this is the interview girl,
Right.
the survivor from
Yeah.
the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently she's grown a little attached to Art. So much so that she gives birth
Yep.
to his head.
Yeah.
This was crazy because she just does it herself. She's pulling shit out of
Yeah.
her but hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, party.
Yeah. In the psych ward, yeah, she's just giving a birth to Art's head.
And then she makes out with it.
Does she?
Yep.
Interesting.
Very
Little
interesting.
Oedipus complex.
And he's alive, so it's just his head.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
like, did the ghost girl,
Inseminate the psych
victim
ward girl with Art.
with his head?
Weirdly enough,
So now is he gonna like grow a little body
mini Art.
that's gonna slowly?
He's going to be like a mascot. He's going to be like a Chucky.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Or yeah,
Well, maybe they have to feed him.
or Frankenstein him.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to find body parts.
They feed.
They
They're
feed him,
Yeah.
but he's gonna have. Yeah, he's still gonna have to like.
He has to eat to regen.
Interesting.
Yeah, does the regeneration start in the mouth?
In the mouth,
That's where digestion starts.
does it?
Yeah, it's saliva.
Chewing.
That too.
Yeah,
Good.
that's a crazy concept.
Yeah, digestion starts
Chewing.
in the mouth. Chewing, yeah. Mashing up stuff with bones in our mouth.
Well, you weirdos out there, I hope you can chew on that review.
Because
Well, we're gonna
we
give it a
didn't
rating.
give a review. This was
We
just,
reviewed it.
this
We gotta
is what
rate
happened,
it.
and now we talk about it. Well,
Well,
we
no,
haven't
we did talk
reviewed
about it. We need to rate it.
We talked about it. We need to review it, then we'll rate it. Because usually we say, "What did you think about it?" As if we're friends and we're having a casual
You
conversation.
need to quit clowning around. And was waiting a long time for that one. Did you just make a weird noise? I don't know.
Yeah. And he left me hanging. I was holding up my hand that whole time I was doing that fake
I
laugh.
thought you were going for the fly.
Going for the fly.
There's a fly somewhere. I've seen you swatting it all day.
My fly's up, dude.
Thank God.
Sometimes I gotta let it breathe.
That was Terrifier 2.
What did you think of
That
the
was the second movie.
installation of the
Terrifier.
Terrifier franchise?
What did you think? Oh, I got there first.
No, because I just
Nope.
said, what did you think of the Terrifier 2 second movie in the franchise? And then you said, what did you think I got there first?
All right, I see how you're going to play this.
Let me pull out my notes.
I'll go first.
Oh, you just know?
That I like it? Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's great.
Go ahead, you're wrong.
It's fantastic.
Go ahead, you're wrong.
That's just rude.
Go ahead.
You just said you liked
Go
all
ahead.
of it, and
I'm
none
allowing
of it.
you.
All right. Well, big improvement from the first movie. There's a great story, leaves you hanging, wanting more. You want the answers to the questions that they give you, and it's not there in this movie, so you got to see the next one. Art, phenomenal. Those facial expressions, I could look at those all day long. He's got such a nice smile. And that hat. No one rocks a hat like that like Art the Clown. You don't get that anywhere else. And it's a travesty.
Cut the fuck. Cut to the damn talk about the movie. It's a travesty. Society is collapsing. No one wears little hats anymore. What is this, a Seinfeld bit?
Oh man. No, but it's true. There's such a great story. It does leave you wanting more. You actually get characters that are gonna come back. I mean, Victoria comes back, but she's not the same character. She's like an apprentice now of Art the Clown, or a wife, or something. But yeah, the visuals are fantastic. I think they did better on the lighting and the cinematography. The first one was I think it was probably because of the set pieces. They were trying to make the rooms look very more smaller than they were, because it seemed like a giant warehouse, so they used a lot of shadow and whatnot. The bigger budget really helped. I don't think there's much else to say. If
Other
you
than
liked the first one and you haven't seen this one, what's going on?
Other than the rating, that's all you're missing.
That's what I'm getting to.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to give this 4.4 Art the Clown poops out of 5.
I don't know how to quantify. That's scary. I don't know how to picture that.
I wouldn't.
4.4 poops. Oh, that's a lot.
Art the Clown poops.
Yeah, and we know those are
Yeah.
not consistent movements.
Not sanitary whatsoever.
Huge improvement by Damien
Huge.
for me. Redeemed his image to me. I was
totally redeemed
I was
yourself.
ready to drag Damien's name through the mud
Wow.
at every opportunity I got. And whatever director of photography made that first terribly shot film. I hate them. I wanted them to suffer.
You gave the first one a pretty
Like a
good score.
2.6. Yeah, I was all right. Don't overexpose shots. I don't care if your budget's $35,000. You bought it all on blood. Don't overexpose your shots. You're making a movie, Damien.
Wow.
Huge improvement. They didn't overexpose any shots. Yes, the camera work was better. It felt like a whole new crew.
The music was beautiful.
Music was so good. I said it refreshingly creates a world that's authentically modern with believable characters and motivations. The evil is actually interesting, and I love that we got to see Art's day-to-day along with Vicky's the pale girl, no?
No,
Okay,
Pale
I
Girl
see, I
doesn't have a
called her-
name. Vicky is the girl
Is the
interviewer, yeah.
Oh, okay. So because I wrote Vicky.
Well, sorry,
as-
not the interviewer, the interviewee.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the survivor of the first
Yeah.
movie.
I love that we got to see Art's day-to-day along with the pale girl who may or may not be corporeal, I said. Wow, I was thinking about it.
What the hell does that mean?
Like a physical entity.
Oh, okay.
I love any evil that toys with our victims' mental well-being, and it only makes it more satisfying when they're able to persevere through these mental blocks and persevere through these mental blocks and overcome the evil. Honestly, I didn't mind the dream sequence where she was in the dunk tank trying to get out, because that's just how I visualized it. It was a mental prison she was in.
Oh, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
I just wish it was more than just Sienna
Yeah,
and she wakes
come
up.
out.
But if it is like a mental prison, I guess that does work because
Yeah.
it's like waking her up from a dream.
This whole movie, I was being reminded that Art the Clown, this movie was doing like the mental health demon correctly. The stuff that smile and it follows, and something that's in your head
Mhm.
that you have to conquer. Freddy the Kruegteenth on Elm Street.
Rating?
4.75 out of 5.
Wow.
It was a
4.75.
just because of how much he redeems himself, and it's so refreshing to. I think what captured me was the good modern take on modern teens and a modern family life.
Mhm.
I have not seen
I
that.
mean, family life in general. Not even
Honestly,
modern, just
yeah,
a family.
just an authentic, like the mother and son and the mother and daughter arguments and bickerings.
even the siblings, how
Yeah.
they don't really get along,
Yeah.
but then when push comes to shove, they're like,
Yeah, they're both.
I know you're not killing
Yeah,
animals.
They're both
like,
chronically online. They get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it nothing was cringe, and it had all the opportunities to be, and it didn't. 4.75 out of 5.
Not too shabby. That's actually really fucking
Very good
crazy. I think
flick.
that's your highest score on the podcast because you've never given anything a 5.
Have I not? Only
don't
by
think
principle.
so.
Nothing's perfect.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
And one other thing I'll say about Art the Clown, I think he's so likable because he's the combination of all the greatest slashers. You have Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, who are the silent ones.
Yeah, the silent, deadly killer strength.
And they just have their little things. Like Michael, when he kills people, he does like the head tilt. Jason kind of has his body movements, kind of like very slow but very overpowering, menacing looking. And then, of course, he uses like a large array of weapons from the camp. And then you got Freddy Krueger, who has his physical attributes, but also his mouth.
Yeah. And
I feel that Art the Clown was able to take all 3 of those and still be as crazy as Freddy without using any vocals.
And unique. He played like a mime clown, which hasn't been done before, and was just his whole performance was through his body.
And to keep that
emotion.
fresh and engaging is not hard because you never know what his reactions are going to be too.
Yeah.
Like when he gets booted in the face by the one girl, he just smirks like, hard to get. But then sometimes when that happens, like I think in the first one when she pokes the hole in the bag, he looks disappointed.
Yeah.
Or no, he looks surprised like, you can do that?
And it's so good because even us as the viewer is always scared of Art, especially in the scene where he's giving the kids candy.
Well, that's
for
weird 'cause
Halloween.
you're scared of him, but you almost side with him because he's so likable.
He's charming, yeah.
We're pretty messed up.
Well, hey, that's why we do this podcast.
And I like the second one too because you root for Art the Clown in the first one, but then the second one you're rooting for him and Sienna, and it's like, you don't know what side to take. Like, do you want him to mutilate her and see like another crazy kill, or do you want to see how he dies? Like, it's so good. Bring on the third one.
And I think it did everything the first movie did, and then added 3-dimensional characters.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, the first one's more of like a profile on Art.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were worried about the story because the final girl died. Well,
they should have been because I'm reviewing it. They need to be scared of me and my critiques at all times.
I'm scared,
and I'm Steven.
And this has been another episode of We're Gonna Scare You. I don't know. That was bad. That was a bad joke, Steven. And I'm sorry.
Me saying, we're going to scare you? Yeah. Guys, don't forget to hit the Twitter follow.
Yeah, follow on Twitter. Follow on Instagram if you want to see stuff.
Yeah, double tap to like on Instagram.
Follow us on Spotify, please. We're stuck at 64.
Yeah, and he wants to hit that big old 69.
Take us out of that Nintendo 64 and bring us to that sweet 69.
The new age.
The sweet 69.
The new age.
Just give me this. Sorry.
Keep going?
It's late.
Okay.
What was I going to say? All right. Not sure when this episode is going to come out. Pretty sure we're just going to put it out after the Terrifier 1 episode.
They don't need to know our drama.
But I just want to say what's coming in the future. We're going to do a sequel episode where we just talk about sequels that are like actually coming out, and we're going to predict what might happen in them.
Accurately predict what's going to happen.
Yeah,
this
is
no bullshit.
Happen, then
riot in the streets.
Riot in the streets and in the sheets.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, guys.
Yeah. And don't forget, I don't know what to say.
Clean the shit off the wall.
Clean that shit off the wall.
My God, guys.
Use the magic scrubbers.
Magic eraser.
Mr.
Clean.
You think those will the poo?
Oh yeah. That magic eraser
versus the poo?
The magic eraser will take tile off your wall if you scrub too hard.
That's insane.
Yeah. It'll just make it like the gray and white boxes when you make a transparent image.
I hate when you get tiles on the wall.
Oh.
It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
They just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like tiles.
I'm trying to think of a joke and I really can't.
I didn't understand the tiles on the wall.
Like when you're in a bathroom and there's tiles on the wall.
That happens.
Tiles on the wall.
Tiles on the wall.
Say tiles 5 times.
Tiles.
Oh. You did 8.
Tiles on the Wall. It kind of sounds like an album by like a prog band.
That's kind of sick.
It's
And I can already picture the album art.
Yeah, me too. Just like floating tiles.
Yeah.
And like some other weird shapes.
The Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Tiles.
Yeah, tiles, not smiles.
Oh.
She doesn't smile.
That's Mandela.
Smirks.
We don't know.
Mandela smiled. I saw him
He did.
at the Sky Dome.
At the Sky Dome. Do you mean the Rogers Center?
It was the Sky Dome when I saw Nelson Mandela there.
Nelson Mandela was at the Rogers Center Sky Dome?
Yeah, when I was like 10. So you may not have been born.
No, I wasn't.
Holy crap.
I wasn't even a thought.
That's scary.
And you were looking at Nelson Mandela's smile in the dome.
In the dome. In the dome.
In the dome.
Thank you.